Hi angels, it's Hailey Reese, and today's video is one that has been so highly requested, but I've also kind of dreaded making solely because it's about Bloody Mary, and Bloody Mary was something that really terrified me all throughout my childhood. I have gotten so many requests from you guys to dive into the history of Bloody Mary, whether or not Bloody Mary is solely an urban legend, or if there is an entity that goes by Bloody Mary or can be summoned in the mirror. And so for today's video, we're going to be talking about the history of Bloody Mary, we're going to be talking about the urban legends of Bloody Mary, and we are just going to be talking about Bloody Mary in general. Before I get into today's video though, I would just very quickly like to thank today's video sponsor, Chatbooks. Chatbooks is the easiest way to create professional photo books, albums, or prints of your favorite pictures and social media pictures. This right here is my chapbook that I had made, and I literally just filled it with some of my absolute favorite photos of last year. Mama Reese, my sister, my dad, and just a ton of my favorite memories in picture form. I think this would make an absolutely incredible gift for a loved one, or even just an amazing memory book for yourself. And not only are chapbooks super easy to make, but they start at just $10. So if you guys want to create a chapbook of your own, all you gotta do is head on down to my description, click the link in my description, use my code, it's Hailey20 for 20% off, and get started. So once again, thank you so much to Chatbooks for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let's get into a much darker subject matter, and that is of Bloody Mary. Now, like I said, Bloody Mary has always been a urban legend slash entity that's frightened me ever since I was a small child. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen the video, but I made a video talking about how within my haunted house, I would quite often see this spirit of a woman in the mirror. It was around this time that I really started to hear the urban legend of Bloody Mary, and girls started playing it in the girls' bathroom at school, and it really became one of the most talked about things and one of the most common things to do at sleepovers or just at home by yourself. Now, I really want to talk about and put emphasis on why Bloody Mary actually is dangerous, but I first think it's really important to kind of dive through how exactly Bloody Mary is played and where Bloody Mary seems to have originated from. Now, before I get into where it originated from though, I really want to add that Bloody Mary is not written in stone as far as who Bloody Mary is, what Bloody Mary does, or how you're supposed to summon her. The ritual of Bloody Mary has actually been done for hundreds of years. It dates way back and is also seen in multiple cultures, although they vary as far as how it's practiced, how the ritual is done, and what the results could be. Now, Bloody Mary is an urban legend of a spirit that can be summoned via a mirror. Whether or not she's demonic or if she's just a spirit that has yet to cross on or has come back for revenge is really blurry, and nobody's really been able to distinguish what exactly she is. I personally always felt that she was demonic or a really dark entity. Now, I think the most common method today in Western culture as far as summoning Bloody Mary is that you go into a bathroom either with a group of people or completely alone, and you turn the lights off with a candle lit. Now, the one thing that is always said throughout majority of these Bloody Mary rituals is that you are to say her name 3 times while staring into the mirror in the dark with the candle. I will note though that there are certain cultures or certain individuals who believe that it's supposed to be 13 times, but 3 is the most common. When I was a kid, they actually told us to spin around 3 times, and each time you come back around towards the mirror, say Bloody Mary, and then when you reach the 3rd spin, Bloody Mary was said to appear in the mirror. Although, much like everything else, the spin was kind of something that was added to certain people's rituals as far as summoning Bloody Mary, and not everybody's rituals. Now, what she's said to do once you summon her really varies depending on who tells you the tale or where you've done your research on it. When I was younger, I was told that she would scratch your eyes out, or at the very best, just scratch you all up. Some people believe she brings you a curse, some people believe she brings death, and others believe that you've just welcomed her into your reality and you will forever be taunted by Bloody Mary, never able to go into the bathroom in the dark again. Now, there are so many particular legends surrounding Bloody Mary of true experiences. One of which being, I think it was a whole bunch of girls were at a slumber party and they had the one girl go into the bathroom to do this Bloody Mary ritual. They didn't hear anything for a little bit until all of a sudden they heard screaming and pleading for help. When the girls forced their way into the bathroom and flicked on the lights, she was covered in her own blood due to scratches and bruises all over her body, and it is said she refused to ever speak of what occurred when Bloody Mary appeared. Now, it would be a whole other video going into people's personal experiences with Bloody Mary, and I really don't want to sit here and go through each and every experience, but the most common thing that is said to happen is that Mary will appear in the mirror, more often than not, completely bloody, and she will scratch you all up. It is also said that once you've had an authentic experience with Bloody Mary, you will never be able to really flee from her, and that she will be within every mirror that you will ever pass, just waiting for an opportunity to get you in the dark or to get you again. So who is Bloody Mary and where did this legend originate from? Historically, it was supposedly thought that Bloody Mary could predict the future. The initial ritual actually entailed young women to walk backwards up the stairs in the dark with a candle and a handheld mirror. As these women gazed into the mirror, it was said that they would catch a glimpse of their future husband's face. Therefore, Bloody Mary was predicting who they would turn out to marry. But if she were to show you a skull or a scary face or even just the Grim Reaper, that was going to indicate that they would die before they would ever get married. So that's where it said that Bloody Mary really started from, was this way of seeing the future and finding out if you would make it to your wedding day or not, or if you would even get married. Although there are tons of people who actually believe that Bloody Mary is none other than the spirit of Queen Mary I. Now, Queen Mary had a lot of people killed and beheaded in her time, but on top of that, it was also said that she had a great deal of miscarriages. Individuals who specifically feel that they are summoning the spirit of Queen Mary would often add in, "I have your child," or "I stole your child," hoping to provoke her and therefore bring her forward. Now, back when I was a kid, a lot of people actually did go ahead and say, "I have your child," although I'm not sure that they ever believed they were summoning Queen Mary. Now, Bloody Mary is also referred to as two other names, one of which being Hail Mary and the other of which being Mary Worth. Now, it is said that the spirit of Bloody Mary is actually that of a woman who was named Mary Worth, who killed her children but plead innocent. They believed that she came back and would torture people via the mirror, and that she was actually a child killer. So people would often say to her as well, "I killed your child." Although some people actually believe that Mary Worth was falsely accused of having killed her children. So if you were to summon Mary Worth, it said that you were to say Bloody Mary 3 times and then say, "I killed your child." And she would come back vengeful, wanting to see who it was who had actually killed her children. But scientifically, it is said that if you stare into a mirror in a dark room that's dimly lit, such as by a candle, you will begin to hallucinate. It is said that if you're standing in a bathroom with nothing but candlelight and you're staring into this mirror, waiting for something to appear, you will begin to hallucinate, and even your own face could begin to morph right in front of you, which, as I'm sure you could assume, would be a very terrifying experience. So a lot of people believe that's kind of how Bloody Mary began. It started as nothing more than an urban legend set to scare people, and when their faces began to morph or change in front of their faces as they hallucinated in the dark, that would be their Bloody Mary experience. So why do I say that Bloody Mary is so dangerous when it seems as though to many people it's nothing but an urban legend? Well, I've talked about this so many times in the past, and I feel like it's something that I want to continue to reiterate, and that is that mirrors contain a lot of energy, and a lot of mirrors are actually said to be portals between our dimension and other unworldly dimensions. Spirits can very easily travel through mirrors, therefore, if you're somebody who is taunting or attempting to summon Bloody Mary, you may actually provoke and bring forward another entity or something else. Basically, the best way that I can explain this is if I walk up the street and I go knock on a random front door, I have absolutely no idea who's going to answer that door and who's going to come forward. It could be the greatest person in the whole wide world, or it could be a serial killer. I have no idea, because all I'm doing is asking, by knocking on the door, for something to come forward. Well, when you're playing a game such as Bloody Mary, or doing a ritual such as Bloody Mary, and perhaps you begin to provoke or taunt or even beg for something to come forward, you are asking, by doing this ritual, for something to come forward. And even if it's not actually Bloody Mary, you may have just welcomed something into your reality. As for me, Bloody Mary has super freaked me out ever since I was young, like I said. I don't like the idea of ever saying Bloody Mary into a mirror in a dimly lit bathroom whatsoever. In fact, I don't like provoking anything in front of a mirror whatsoever. But I really wanted to ask you guys in today's video, have you guys played Bloody Mary? I'm sure so many of you have. It was so popular all throughout my childhood, so I'm assuming that there has to be a bunch of you who may or may not have had an experience, or know somebody who has had an experience. Can I speak? So please, please, please drop your comments down below letting me know what you guys had as far as an experience with Bloody Mary, if you know somebody who's had an experience, or if you simply think Bloody Mary is nothing more than an urban legend. I want to hear all of your thoughts down below, so make sure to let me know. And that is it for today's video. There you guys have it, the highly requested Bloody Mary backstory. Thanks again to Chat Books for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, or you are just not yet subscribed, but you do enjoy my videos, please, please, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. It makes my heart super, super happy. It sounds super, super cliche, but it's honestly the truth, so I really appreciate seeing that you guys enjoy my content. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until next time, I love you guys.